off.
And I'm Anthony Austin. Our top story at 6. New details ahead of tomorrow's sentencing of Jeffrey Clayton, the Duval County teacher who pleaded guilty to inappropriately touching and kissing a student during what was supposed to be a private singing lesson.
So here are 3 things to know tonight ahead of tomorrow. The sentencing hearing is set to begin at 1:30 at the Duval County Courthouse.
And 4 statements will be read during the sentencing hearing from the victim and 3 former Douglas Anderson students.
The court will also hear a 30-minute recorded phone call between Clayton and the victim in the case, which includes some graphic descriptions from Clayton about kissing and touching the teenager.
Our Renata DiGregorio is joining us live outside the Duval County Courthouse tonight.
And Renata, Clayton's defense is submitting the sentencing for several other teachers in Florida who were convicted of misconduct with students. How do they compare?
They are. Jeffrey Clayton is facing 40 years in prison and he is 66 years old. Now tomorrow we are going to hear from the victim in this case. Testimony from them is expected, and we are expected to hear his defense attorneys ask the judge to consider some other similar cases involving Florida teachers and their sentence lengths. Former Douglas Anderson School for the Arts vocal teacher Jeffrey Clayton, now 66 years old, faces 40 years in prison for kissing and touching a student twice. On Friday, his defense attorneys are expected to ask the judge to consider other similar crimes by teachers in Florida and point out their sentences were well under 40 years.
Each case is different.
First Coast News brought questions about what this could mean for Clayton's sentencing to attorney LaFonda Middleton, who is not affiliated with this case. Other cases Clayton's attorneys will point to include one in Palm Beach County where a male teacher had sex with a student and was sentenced to 3 years in prison. Attorneys are also expected to bring up 2 Miami-Dade cases where 2 female teachers had sex with students and were sentenced to probation but no jail time. Middleton thinks it's a good move by the defense to include this for the judge to consider, but says it's difficult to compare cases.
It's more than just the numbers and the names on the page. They look at all of the specific circumstances in each case.
It's important to mention Clayton is not accused of having sex with a student, but kissing and touching her. His defense is asking the judge to consider that Clayton had never been arrested, as well as consider his career and life now, saying he's been homeless and has strained family relations. Middleton says the defense wants the judge to see how he's already paid for his crimes, but in the end...
And the judge makes the ultimate decision.
Middleton says there are sentencing disparities between male and female teachers charged with the same crimes, and that female teachers often get less jail time. Reporting live in Duval County, Renata DiGregorio, First Coast News, on your side.
And we will have live team coverage of Clayton's sentencing. We will bring you the very latest on our website, firstcoastnews.com, and in the First Coast News app, and on air on ABC 25 due to coverage of the U.S. Open tomorrow evening on NBC 12.